Gotta make sure I'm good, honey. Y'all, but welcome to the channel. Your girl has been missing for a few days and life has been life, but your girl is okay. I have a public service announcement, honey. Um, so yeah, I've been missing in action for a few days because about 4 years ago, your girl was in a car accident with my boyfriend. A bad car accident, y'all. Bad. And I hit my tooth and I have lost my tooth 4 years ago. Now, the reason why it took me so long to make a video, because everybody in my life around me, including my parents, my boyfriend, work, everybody in my life has seen me without my tooth, right? My partial tooth is what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna just be a big girl and get on here and be like, y'all, I lost my partial like 2 days ago. I had it in my purse. I went to a doctor's appointment and I was finna get ready to record and I couldn't find it. So yeah, I was catfishing y'all all this time with my little partial, with my little crooked smile. The reason my smile was crooked because it hurt. When I put the partial in my mouth, it hurt. So yeah, I was up here talking to y'all, spitting on camera, y'all, just catfishing y'all. But if y'all love me, y'all gonna love me without my tooth. Now see, I'm working on that. I'm working on that. It's expensive. I don't really care right now. I'm working on other stuff that's way more expensive. But yeah, I just had to get on camera and let y'all know this is me, and I won't be wearing my partial until further notice. Either you love me or you love me not. I'ma be me. Okay. Anyways, welcome to the channel. I know I'm a little crazy. My name Londa. I tell story times. You're gonna love it over here. Don't be a silent watcher if you already not subscribed. Honey, subscribe to the channel. Hit y'all post notification bell to keep up with me, all that good stuff. Leave y'all comments down below because that's how I talk to y'all and communicate. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get into this story time. So, in honor of me coming out, not coming out, girl. In honor of me coming out, I have a friend who also has a missing tooth, a very good friend. And in this story time, I'm going to name her Snagger, y'all. Snagger, yes. I just have to tell it. So, I told y'all before, I was a hotel girlie. I used to work at the Hilton. Back in COVID times, it was $35 any hotel. I think I ran this down already in another story time and told y'all the employee discount was, girl, it was amazing, honey. It was good. So because the discount was so cheap, y'all, your girl would travel all the time just for no reason, just finding places in Florida to go to just for no reason. So it was around that time again. COVID was going on, girl. It was boring at work. It was no work, really. I wanted to take me a little trip. And this time, I didn't really want to go too far. I wanted to go maybe like an hour or two out of Miami, nothing too fancy, but that was the plan in my head. Like I told y'all, Snagger was my good friend. She would be with me all the time. I would be with her all the time. We had our own places, but I would, we would rotate and be at each other's houses. So she had a little barbecue at her house this day. It wasn't big, just a little kickback or whatever. So I'm over there, I'm hanging out. I don't know about y'all family, but everywhere I go, as far as barbecues or get backs, we have to have the domino table on deck and we have to play some spades. So your girl, y'all should know me by now. I love playing spades and I love my Hennessy. So I'm playing spades and we all having a good time. So Snagger isn't, and I don't think I explained to y'all why I call this girl Snagger. Snagger is Snagger too, just like me. See, I'm missing the bottom one. She is missing the top one, like Krishan. And yeah, that's why I call her Snagger. So we, she's in front of me. She's my partner. We're at the table. We're playing. And while we're playing the cards, I'm, bringing up, hey, I think I want to go out of town. Not out of town, girl. I think I want to take a little trip this upcoming weekend. You know what I'm saying? She was like, yeah, girl, I've been with you a few times and I know how you roll. You trying to ask me to go with you? And I was like, yeah, you want to go with me? So, she was like, of course, just pick me up, how we do. And one thing I like about some of the women that I, am friends with or was friends with, it was a mutual understanding of things between us. Like you see how she volunteered or I asked her to go on a trip with me. Money is not discussed. She knows she have to probably put gas in the car. She know the hotel she know was $35, so she know I got that. It was always mutual understandings. So when I was traveling with people, it was always cool far as the money tip. Y'all remember the other story time I told y'all how the girl, she was tripping but she still got out without me asking her to put gas in the car? That's what I'm talking about. Same situation with Snagger, child. So we playing cards at the table, and she's like, yeah, I want to go. Now, in the midst of me and Sanaga talking about us taking this trip, she got a man, y'all. She got a man. And when I say he's a man, he's a man. I'm talking about a grown man, a full grown man. So he was like, we're going to call him Mr. Charles. So Mr. Charles was like, where y'all going? Where y'all going? Snagger instantly started sucking her teeth. She was like, oh my gosh, mind your business. I don't know why we was talking about this in front of him. Mr. Charles like, so where y'all going? Well, I want to go too. And so she was like, no, this is a girl's trip. This is a girl's trip. I'm sitting there. I'm not really saying nothing. Mr. Charles is persistent. He was like, I ain't got nothing to do. I done did all my doctor's appointments, and I got all my medications from the pharmacy. I want to go on a trip with y'all. So Snagger was just like, oh my gosh. She looked at me, and I was like, girl, I don't really care. Like, we going on a trip. Like, we outside. I don't really care. So Mr. Charles, I'm going to describe Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles is just how he sounds. When I name people, that's how they sound. Mr. Charles was an old man. I'm not sure exactly how old he was. I know he mentioned he graduated high school in 1986. Y'all do the math. He graduated high school in 1986. And Snagger was just a year older than me. So we was some young girls. She liked him. Oh, y'all, he was seasoned. Had the salt and pepper hair. Well, more salt than pepper going on. He was an older guy. He wore like his pants up, and he tucked the shirt in, and he wore belts, and he wore like dress shoes. And so I'm like, okay, cool. I don't mind Mr. Charles going, long as there's a mutual understanding. Y'all take care of yourself. I take care of myself. He's not in a way. Cool. He can come, honey. I don't care. Mr. Charles go to say, well, who you bringing? I'm like, nobody. I invited Snagger, and that's what the plan was. He was like, no, I got somebody for you. I'm like, who? He was like, my brother. I know you're not talking about that hoodlum. Now, his brother was younger than Mr. Charles, but he was older as well. If Mr. Charles is an older guy, his younger brother, he ain't that much younger. He's older as well. Honey, his brother was a hoodlum. He was one of them guys used to ride bikes. He used to have a bill in a paper bag, them brown paper bags, and the paper bag always was soggy and breaking apart, and he would hold it all day. He would ask you for fit. He was one of those persons where he see you around people, he would stare you down, wait till you get by yourself or to your car, and he'd be like, can I borrow $15? No, he was a hoodlum. So I respectfully declined Mr. Charles' request to bring his brother along, because I don't think I'm okay. I can buy by myself. We're gonna fast forward to Friday. That Friday, I got off work early, girl, because I told y'all it was nothing going on. Do y'all like my hair? I love it. Do y'all know who my hair remind me of? Y'all ever seen that movie, Don't Be a Menace to Society while drinking your juice on the south side? Right? Y'all remember that party scene when it was in the backyard, and that girl with the twist like this, and she was drinking at 40? That's what this hairstyle remind me of, girl. But Friday, right? I go to Snagger house, my girl is ready. We always be excited for a good little trip. She's up, she's ready. Maybe an hour over there, I see this Cadillac pull in the yard. It's Mr. Charles' child. It take him forever to get out his car, pop his trunk, which was very rusty and noisy, by the way. He pull out his bag and he walks inside of the house, y'all. Hey, Mr. Charles. Hey, honey, how you doing? Now, Snagger and Mr. Charles' relationship was very, I don't know how to describe it. I want to say that was her man. I want to say it was her boyfriend. I want to say he was her sugar daddy. I want to say he was like a grandpa figure. I don't really know what Mr. Charles was to Snagger. Their relationship was very complicated. They was young and old. That's what it was. Mr. Charles make his way inside of the house, child. Speaks to us. He got his bag. He got this old duffel bag. It got dust on it, child. You could tell he ain't been nowhere in a very long time. But nobody's judging. We sit in her house for a little bit, just recapping, just talking. There's really no rush to get on the road. The place is like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. Before we leave though, I use the bathroom. I tell Snagger to use the bathroom, and I tell Mr. Charles to use the bathroom. I say everybody need to use the restroom, and it's crazy that I'm this old and I have to remind everybody, hey, go. We're about to hit the road. Go empty your bladders. So Snagger did that. I did that, and now I'm in the car. I'm always just ready to go. I'm in the car. Car is on. AC is running. Trunk is popped. Let's go. Snagger comes out. She put her stuff in the trunk. Here you got Mr. Charles just wobbling out the door. Poor Mr. Charles. He was trying to hang with your girls, but and we let him. So he's wobbling down the sidewalk. Got his dusty duffel bag. I don't know why Snagger didn't help the man, but anywho, he finally make it to the trunk. Put his dusty duffel bag in there, and he gets in the car. And we gets to driving. We on the highway. We gets to driving, and we turned up. We outside. So me and Snagger, we listening to all kind of R&B, Cardi B. We listening to Bone Thugs. We listening to Trick Daddy. You know, cause I don't know. I only have like two type of music, like two type of genre of music, y'all. It's either gonna be old school R&B, or it's gonna be some old school hip hop. You feel me? And she, like I said, we around the same age, so we're on the same page. So we're up there vibing, listening to Trick. You don't know that? Don't be in the places I've been. Who can spend the green side? But why? We in the front seat. We vibing. We chilling. Mr. Charles in the back seat. And see, back in my day, we used to listen to Sade and Barry White. Now see, Mr. Charles. Now see, I completely agree with you because I love me some old school. I love me some Sade and I love me some Barry White. But right now, we is listening to, I figure you the whole, but you can't help it. Because getting raised by who is kind of, this is what we on right now. So you can sit your Barry White ass in the back seat and you can pipe down. We riding. We're getting closer, y'all. We getting closer. We stopped for gas. Snagger got out. She put gas. Like I said, with my friends, it's understood. You know, she gets out. She put a little gas in the tank. We in the car, and Mr. Charles gonna ask me, you got a boyfriend? Yes, Mr. Charles, I do. I do have a boyfriend. Oh, you so juicy. You gorgeous. Thank you, Mr. Charles. I really appreciate that. And as I'm like thanking him out of nowhere, he's just like, oh shit. Oh shit. He get to rubbing his knee, y'all. He get to, you know how them old folks get to rubbing that kneecap? He get to rubbing his knee. He like, oh shit, call Snagger. I left my icy hot patches. I said, ooh, icy hot patches. He's like, yeah, my knees. I need my icy hot patches. So I go ahead and call Snagger on the phone because she was in there putting gas in the car. Can you get your man some icy hot patches, please? Plus, he's low key flirting with me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't snap on Mr. Charles, y'all, because if you was there, you would understand the dynamic. It's like he was her man, but he wasn't her man, and I didn't want him. It was, to me, it was innocent. So whatever. Get your man icy hot. Come get Mr. Charles because he trying to flirt with me. I don't want to give him no sugar. Hurry up. Now, mind you, the hotel was literally maybe 20 minutes from the hotel where we were going. Tell me why 10 minutes after we leave the gas station, we riding down this road. Mr. Charles told me something, pull over. Why, Mr. Charles? We're almost at this hotel. Why? I have to pee. We was just at the gas station. Instead of you sitting in the back seat trying to flirt with me, you should have wobbled your old dusty self in that bathroom and released your bladder. But no, he like, pull over. I gotta pee. All right, Mr. Charles. Snagger is like, babe, please. Like, ooh, it was cringe when she called him that. Like, Snagger like, babe, like, please. We almost at the hotel. Mr. Charles get to rubbing them knees, honey. When he get to rubbing them knees, his mind made up. When he get to rubbing them knees, his mind was made up. He say, pull over, I gotta pee. So, honey, I pull over on the side of the road. Child, it took Mr. Charles 2 minutes to even get out the back seat. He probably could have peed on himself a little bit. He gotta open the door. He gotta whip that right leg out. He gotta make sure he gripping on that door. He gotta put that left leg out. He gotta put that right hand on it, and he gotta grip and put. He was an old man. So I'm sitting there, the blinkers is blinking. I'm just like, oh my gosh, we're 10 minutes away. He's peeing. He found a little bush or whatever over there in the little woods. Pee, come back. Now, what was strange, I'm minding my business because he was in the bathroom. What was strange, I look up and I see Snagger and him arguing a little bit. Not really arguing. She's really like fussing at him. y'all got to pay attention to this part. Well, just keep this in mind. Little side note. They were arguing just a little bit because Mr. Charles had done peed in a water bottle, y'all. He peed in a water bottle and he was trying to keep it. And it was real strange. So Snagger was just like, why won't you just pee in the bushes? Like, you know, and let's just keep moving. Mr. Charles, for some reason, wanted to pee in his water bottle, and he really wanted to keep it for some reason. So Snagger is like, hell no. She snatched the pissy water bottle. She snatched the pissy water bottle and she threw it in the woods, y'all. I found that very strange. Let's just stick a note in that little part because, you know. So we get in the car. We're driving to the hotel now. We finally make it to the Hilton, girl. Everybody get their bag and we go to the front desk receptionist. Now, as y'all know, I'm using my employee discount, so I have to check in both of the rooms. So I check in mine. I'm like, oh, I have a queen, but can you upgrade me to a king? Because I told y'all, you know, when you an employee or you have like a member, if the hotel is not booked or if they have availability, you can ask for an upgrade and they'll do it for free if they have it. So, and I know this. So I was like, you know, I have a queen. Can you upgrade me to a king suite? You know what I'm saying? If y'all have it or whatever. People love me. So, of course, he was like, yeah, girl, I can give you a king suite. I'm like, bet. I also have another room for my family right here, you know. So I check in and he was like, this is a queen. So Mr. Charles like, God damn, how you get a king and we get a queen? God damn, come on, honey. I know, come on. I'm like, Mr. Charles, do you have extra money for an upgrade? Now, y'all might say, why you being green like that? But we in front of the receptionist, you know what I'm saying? I can't be doing my business. I got to make it, you know, look like a little something. So I just go ahead and ask the guy. I'm like, do you have extra rooms to like upgrade them to a king or whatever? He was like, actually, you just took the last king. Like, I don't have like a king, but I have a 2 queen, maybe if they want 2 beds or whatever. Mr. Charles is just like, nah, how she get a king and we get a queen? Mr. Charles, you can't come no more. You can't come no more. You doing too much of this. Did you pay for this hotel? It was $35. Now, mind you, and I forgot to tell y'all when the guy told me $35, he told me back in my day. You in your fucking days. You in your day. He's back in my days. Hotels was much cheaper. I don't know what hotel he talking about. Motel 6. Even a Motel 6 is more expensive than $35, sir. What you talking about, a motel, a rundown motel? What hotel was under $35 back in your day? So yeah, you can't come no more, Mr. Charles. You can't come no more. Nonetheless, y'all, I'm not really complaining. This trip was very fun. Like, Mr. Charles was an old guy. Child, it's like we was hanging out with our grandpappy. He was so funny. He was throwing jokes left and right. He always rubbing his knee, calling me honey, talking about his icy hot and trying to flirt, and it didn't bother me at all. I looked at it all as innocence, y'all. He was just being an old man. It really didn't bother me at all. Once we got settled and everything, she don't really care, child. Once we got settled in the room or whatever, you know, they go to their room, I go to my room. She meets me in my room and we go sit down and we go scroll TikTok. You know, we in the little area. I don't really know. We scrolled TikTok. I wasn't too hip to TikTok back in the day. She was. So she was like looking for little restaurants or whatever. We found one. We made a reservation. She called Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles, get ready, babe, because we have a reservation in like an hour and a half. He like, all right, let me go take a bath and let me go get myself together and stuff like that. Okay, cool. We in my room, we're talking. We just, you know, getting ready for the reservation. Well, I'm getting ready. She's just talking to me or whatever. Time goes by. It's about time to leave to go to the restaurant. I'm in my room still, you know, doing my final touches, putting on my perfume, getting ready to go to the car. Snagger called me and she's like, girl. I'm like, what? So she called me on WhatsApp. Y'all, I was an iPhone girl, still not an iPhone girl. So how I video call was through WhatsApp. So she WhatsApped me and she videoed me and she put the camera on Mr. Charles. Girl, Mr. Charles is laid down on the bed, got on his high, you know, the socks that go all the way to the knee. Got his socks on, child, had on his underwear. I'm not talking about boxers or boxers brief. I'm talking about drawers, the kind of drawers that my daddy wear, like the old grandpa drawers, like the one that looked like grandma panties. He had on those and he was just laying across the bed, girl, mouth wide open, snoring So she was like rocking Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles, get up. Mr. Charles, get up, babe. Get up. Babe, get up, Mr. Charles. He ain't budging. Every time she push him, it's like he snored harder. He was knocked out. So she was like, give me 10 minutes, girl. I'm going to try to get him up and dress and we going to come. So I'm like, bet. I finished getting ready. I go to the car. I'm, sitting in the car, got the AC running. Listening, doing, I don't remember, just chilling in the car waiting for them to come down. Child, she comes to the car, open the door. I'm looking in the back like, where Mr. Charles? She's like, girl, he is knocked out. Sleep. Old man sleep, y'all. Cool, it ain't no big deal. So, we end up going to the restaurant. Very nice restaurant, by the way. The ambiance was very nice. It was very dark inside. I love LED lights. I don't know what it is about the lights, but I love the lights. The ambiance is very nice. The customer service was very nice. If I can find pictures, actually, because y'all know I like to do a little pic here and there. If I can find one, I'll add it here. If I didn't add it, it's because I couldn't find it. But the restaurant was really good, like really, really good. So good that we were there for like 2 hours, 3 hours, just sitting, talking, eating. And once we finished our meal, we ordered a few drinks and the conversation got deep. And now we started talking about Mr. Charles. So Snagger, what's the deal with Mr. Charles? Like, she was young, he was old, but my girl really liked Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles was like a good man, she said. He was a provider. He didn't ask for much sex, you know what I'm saying? So she really enjoyed his company. She looked at him as a boyfriend, but also just like a friend. Y'all women get me? Like, he just was a good friend, just a special friend, just a special friend. So we talking about him. Now, while we talking about that, she also talking about how because he is so old, and she's so young and she do want to get married and have children, she do have a boyfriend. She talked to somebody on the side, y'all. She talked to somebody, a younger man, and they be knocking boots, and she really like him too. So we talking about all of this, She got Mr. Charles, she got her man, she just got her cake and she's eating it too. And I'm eating I'm like, yeah, girl, you got what? He what? Okay, we're talking. Eventually we leave the restaurant because it's 3 hours later, child. The restaurant was wiping, when the waiters and waitresses start wiping the tables around you, it's time to go. They trying to tell you your ass ain't got to go home, but you got to get out these doors, right? So we get the cue, we leave, and it was like maybe like midnight-ish. It wasn't really late. She kept calling his phone. Mr. Charles was knocked out, child. That little 2-hour ride knocked Mr. Charles out. So she's calling him just to make sure he's up or whatever. She's getting no answer. So it's like midnight or whatever. So we just go walk the strip. It's a new little city or whatever. It was very, I want to say most of the houses look like plantation houses. I'm sorry, I just had to say it. Them houses look like president houses. Them old 2-3 story houses that be in Mississippi and Alabama and stuff like that. Yeah, them houses look like that. So we was very cautious, and we was watching over our shoulders a lot and stuff like that. But anyway, it was very cool. We just walked the strip. We eventually stumbled upon this little bar. It remind me of like a Duffy's. If anybody have a Duffy's in y'all city or been to a Duffy's, it remind me like of a Duffy's Sports and Grill or whatever. So it was pretty packed in there too. So we went in there and we sat at the bar. Now mind you, we was already a little tipsy, so we got just a little lemon drop and a little spiked iced tea or whatever, and we sitting there, we chilled for another 2 hours, 2-3 hours. We was in the vibe and we had a good time. Me and Snagger, love my girl. And mind y'all, me and Snagger, we was both Snagger too. I had my tooth out and she had her tooth out, and we just do what it do because we just gorgeous either way. So the next morning, it's Saturday. Now, just like I mentioned in the other story time, when I do go travel and use my hotel, my employee discount, it's because a lot of the times the hotels I'm going to also have a spa, and they also had a discount with my employee discount. So yeah, of course I want to go to the spa that's connected to the Hilton, right? It wasn't at the hotel, but sometimes they have little centers that you can go to. I can't really explain it, but I wanted to go to the spa. It's Saturday. And of course, Snagger wanted to go to the spa. And we just assumed Mr. Charles would just want to stay at the hotel, maybe enjoy, what's around, maybe go to the pool a little bit. They had a jacuzzi at this Hilton. It was a very nice hotel. So I'm thinking Mr. Charles is going to stay here and enjoy his time and probably get some more rest, because he's old. But We getting ready to go to the spa, and Mr. Charles is ready. Mr. Charles is ready. He got on his church shoes and his socks came up to his knees, like I told y'all. He had on a two-piece short set. He had on it was like we was in Hawaii. He had on, it was like flowers and all kind of colors, and the top, it was like a button down, a short sleeve. Oh my gosh, Mr. Charles, come on, man, come on, man. And he smelled like icy hot. Y'all know what icy hot smell like? Oh, it smelled like peppermint. You know, he rubbed them knees down. He was ready for the spa, girl. It surprised me. So I'm like, whatever. Like I told y'all, Mr. Charles didn't bother me. He was cool. He was funny to me. So I'm like, girl, let's go to this spa. We make it to the spa, y'all. I'm about to check in, you know, do my little thing, pay or whatever. And Mr. Charles was just like, you know what? I got y'all. I got y'all. I got y'all. And I'm like, finally, you know, his old behind want to carry along with us. He could pay for a little something, something. So at first I was like, Mr. Charles, it's okay. You know, I got my little discount or whatever. He was like, nah, honey, I got it. I'm going to pay for you and my girl. You know what I'm saying? I got y'all babies. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, cool. I go my way, Snagger go her way. Mr. Charles like, where the hell I'm going? He get this little old Chinese lady, y'all. They take Mr. Charles to the back. And let's just say maybe like it was 75 minutes. So an hour and a half later, we all meet back in the lobby. And Mr. Charles is just going on and on about how this little Chinese lady done rocked his world. How she done hit every crack in his back, how she done popped his knee back in place, she done tickled his toes and winkled his foes. Like, oh my gosh, he was like so happy about this spa. He was like, oh, I have to do this again. I ain't never had nothing like this before. Snagger, you ain't never massaged me like this before. You know, it was just, he's a very funny guy. So Mr. Charles, come on now. At the spa, once you get your massages, other things at the spa. They have a pool, they have jacuzzis there, they have all kind of stuff at the spa. It was a Saturday. It was no rush. We had no plans. So, you know, we want to relax. We just got our body rubbed on and we feel good and we feel nice. So I'm like, let's go get in the jacuzzi. The reason why I mentioned the jacuzzi was because I had just seen the maintenance people. They had just cleaned it out. They was cleaning it good. Like while I was waiting for them two to come out, I was watching them clean this jacuzzi. So I had my eye. You know, I don't really like jacuzzis and pools and stuff like that. They be dirty, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I know somebody had got an infection from being in a jacuzzi before, girl. I don't be liking them damn pools and stuff. People don't be washing their private parts and stuff and little crab. Girl, anyway, it was clean. I had seen them cleaning it. So I was like, y'all want to go ahead and get in the jacuzzi? So Snagger was like, yeah, let's get in the jacuzzi. I'm like, hell yeah, I got my robe on already. And Mr. Charles was like, I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, come on, Mr. Charles. You could just sit on the edge of the jacuzzi or whatever. Let's get in the jacuzzi, girl. Why Mr. Charles get in the jacuzzi with his socks on? Those socks that came up to his knee. He was in the jacuzzi with the socks on, girl. And let me tell you why. He didn't want to tell us why, but when them feet got wet, when them socks got wet, you could see the imprint of them toes. When I tell you them bunions and funyuns was popping, girl, ooh, his big toe was twisted. You know them bunions, that big toe was twisted to the side, girl. Both of them just twisted, just messed up, got rocks on the side of his feet. I said, hey, Bumbleclyde, I see why he got them socks on. Mr. Charles didn't take them socks off, girl. He had them socks on the whole 30 minutes we was in that jacuzzi. It was so weird. He's a funny guy. Snagger just let him be himself. Like, I don't know, Snagger just let him be himself because he didn't cause no problems. It was all innocent, y'all. I liked Mr. Charles. That trip was very fun. And then, you know, after the jacuzzi, you know, we sit in the car and Snagger, she's the TikTok girl, so she find another restaurant and we make another reservation, y'all. We make another reservation and we go to the hotel first because I wanted to take a shower. Although, you know, they rubbed us down and stuff. We got in a nice clean jacuzzi. I wanted to take a shower. So we head back to the hotel and, you know, they go to their room, I go to mine. We all get ready. And we head off to our dinner reservation again at this another restaurant. This restaurant was very good. I want to say experience 9 out of 10. I want to say the food was 5 out of 10. The food sucked, but the hookahs and the music and the people dancing. And I love when you travel and it's total strangers. I'm talking about shoulder to shoulder next to you, and you leaning on them, and they leaning on you, and everybody laughing with each other. It was packed as hell. I'm talking about strangers was leaning on me. I love that kind of stuff. You know, you just love on each other. I love to love on strangers, y'all. I really do. We sitting down, we eating, we get crab cakes, and I remember the crab cake was delicious. The sauce was disgusting. You know, we eating. Mr. Charles volunteered to pay again. He pays for the food. The waitress, she was a little rude. The waitress, she was a little rude. A little rude. When I say a little rude, meaning she came to our table twice. Every time she walked past, Mr. Charles would try to get her attention and be like, "Hey, young lady, hey, excuse me, excuse me." She act like she didn't see us, girl. Hello? You don't see us? Like, how you don't see us? Like, she just kept walking past us. She wasn't very attentive. So the last time she came to the table and asked for the check, Mr. Charles was like, "Yeah, I got your damn money." So I'm getting a little blushy now because I'm like, come on now, don't be rude. But he had every reason to like throw that little jab at her or whatever. So he paid for the food. She come back and she put the little thing on the table. She just walks off. She didn't ask us no questions. She just walked the hell off. So I ain't gonna lie, she ain't had no butt. I'm talking about her back and her, it just fume. I'm talking about she ain't had no backside, y'all. She ain't had no backside. So when she walked off, Mr. Charles was like, "Damn, she could suck a brick out of a wall." Now, mind you, everybody done heard that saying before, but when you hear Mr. Charles say it in his old man voice, she can suck a brick out of a wall. Like, God, then he rubbing his knee. He was talking about the girl, talking about how flat her butt was. She had little dimples in her butt. He was just talking about the girl. Snagger was laughing. I was laughing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He just was a good time, a very, very good time. Now, it was early when we left that restaurant. It wasn't that late at all, actually. It was like, I don't remember. I remember the pool was open because we ended up at the pool, essentially. So once we get back to the hotel, you know, we go upstairs, go to the pool. We hanging out at the pool for a little bit. We talking. Eventually, Mr. Charles get to rubbing them knees. Y'all know when he get to rubbing them knees, that 8 ball, it's time for him to either talk some mess or he's sleepy. So he get to rubbing them knees and he go up to the hotel room. And me and Snagger, we just still at the pool. We chilling, you know. We had our little drinks or whatever. It was a couple dudes out there. You know, I had a dude at the time, so I'm just observing. They looking at us, we looking at them, we chilling. Nobody really approached each other, but because they was cute or whatever, we was just still out there. You know, nobody wanted to get up and go to their room first. You know, me and Snagger out there, we being cute. The dudes out there, they being cute, and we just out there at the pool for a while, y'all. A while. Eventually the pool was closed, like you couldn't get in the water, but the hotel, like the front desk, they allowed us to be out there at the chairs or whatever. It got so late that the front desk was like, "Okay, y'all have to leave. I have to, you know, lock it up or whatever." So me and Sanaga, we go to our rooms and we go to sleep. And you know, because we was up so late and we were drinking, you know, it was like maybe 10 or 11 when I looked at my phone, and I was startled by the hotel phone ringing. It was ringing and ringing. Now, in my sleep, I thought I was dreaming, so I ignored it the first time. But then it rung again, and I woke up, and I answered the phone. You know, I'm thinking they calling me to check out, because when you have a diamond membership like I did, let me stop. You can check out late. Sometimes they let you check out 2, 3 o'clock. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes even 4. I've had times where if the hotel not busy, they don't let me check out at 4. So we were supposed to check out that day. But it was like 10 and 11. They know not. I had the late checkout. So I was wondering why the phone was ringing. So I pick up the phone, girl, and it's Snagger. So I'm like, "Girl, what's wrong?" She was like, "I was calling your phone. You wasn't answering." So I'm like, "What's wrong?" She was like, "Mr. Charles ain't here." So I hang up the hotel phone and I call her on my cell phone. So now we talking. I'm like, "What you mean?" She was like, "He's not here. Like, I woke up like 10 minutes ago and I don't see him." She was like, "I went downstairs in the lobby. I don't see him." The front desk say they didn't see him this morning. Like, nobody seen him. So I was like, "Okay, bet, come to my room." So she come to my room and we just calling Mr. Charles' phone. We calling Mr. Charles' phone. It's going straight to voicemail. So now it's like she's getting a little worried. Like, I ain't gonna lie, my friend, I seen the true feelings in her. She loved Mr. Charles, girl. She was getting a little sad. You feel me? She was like, "My man, my man, my man." You know, so I'm seeing her get worried. So now I'm starting to get a little worried. So I was like, "Snagger, calm down. Like, he cool, he's straight." So I'm like, give me his number. Let me call. Maybe, maybe he blocked your butt. Let me call him. I call Mr. Charles. It's going straight to voicemail. I'm like, calm down. Let me call again. I call it again. It's going straight to voicemail. I'm like, calm down. Calm down. Let me call out off the hotel phone in my room. I call it. It's going straight to voicemail. So she's getting more anxious and. So I'm like, girl, let's go down to the front desk. I go to the front desk. I'm like, hey, here's the deal. We came with this older gentleman. His name is Mr. Charles. He looked like this. He wear his socks up to his ankles. To his knees. And yeah, he wear a lot of icy hot. You probably smelt him walk past you. Have y'all seen him? They was like, nah, I've been here since 7. I ain't seen no old guy walk past me this morning. I don't know. So now me and Snagger, we sitting at the tables in the lobby. And she's getting a little worried. So I'm like, calm down. So I have a little app on my phone. Y'all know the little text now app. So I call Mr. Charles on the phone. It's going to voicemail. So I'm like, let's get in the car and let's just ride around the hotel. Like, let's go a few blocks around and let's ride and see. We get in the car. I'm riding. I'm looking. We looking. We don't see Mr. Charles nowhere. We go back to the hotel. I see tears like welling in her eyes now. She's getting a little sad. Snagger's getting sad. So she was like, I have to call his brother. And oh shit, it's getting real. When you gotta call that hoodlum, his brother, I was like, oh, it's getting real. So she called his brother, and he answered the phone. She was like, have you heard from Charles? Like, you heard from Mr. Charles? He was like, nah, I thought he was with y'all. She was like, he is, but we woke up this morning and he's not in the hotel room. So the brother was like, nah, I spoke to him last night, but he haven't called to text me since or whatever. I haven't heard from him. Let me call him. I'm gonna call you back. She hang up. She get a call back a couple minutes from the brother. He was like, nah, his phone going to voicemail. What's going on? She was like, again, we woke up and he is gone. And so the brother was like, I don't know, but lately he been doing little strange things. He been acting a little weird. I don't know. We might, something might be going on with him. So she was like, yeah. So we hang up with the brother. The brother was like, I'm gonna hang up and try to make some phone calls or whatever. So me and her sitting in the lobby. I'm getting a little scared now. The front desk see how our energy is. So he was like, is everything okay? I'm like, nah, we was with Mr. Charles and we can't find him. Like, he just wandered off. And so y'all remember that little side note I had told y'all about? How he tried to pee and he didn't want to pee on the ground. He wanted to pee in his water bottle and stuff. That was the first sign. Apparently, Mr. Charles was getting dementia or Alzheimer's. And apparently that was like the first little sign that me and Snagger had seen. Like, cause why don't you want to pee on the grass? Like, he wanted to collect his urine and hold it for some reason. It was just so weird, But that was the only thing. Like, besides that, he was funny. He was normal. He had a good time. But it dawned on me. I'm like, because I had a grandma. We dealt with her with Alzheimer's when I was younger, and it's an awful disease. She started, she stayed by herself, and she started leaving the house on her own, and she would get lost. A few times we found her on a county bus. She was at the train station in the middle of the night, and those are the first signs of like Alzheimer's and dementia. She started forgetting our names. She started calling me other names, calling me Lisa and Tina, and calling me my auntie name, and calling my brother. It's an awful disease. So I was like, have he ever gave you like any other signs of like he losing memory loss, or have he called you other names or something? She was like, yeah, like sometimes he be calling me like different names and stuff and thinking I'm his daughter or whatever. I was like, maybe he's getting Alzheimer's. So his brother called back on the phone and he was like, did y'all have an update? We was like, no, we haven't seen Mr. Charles or whatever. He was like, yeah, I think something wrong with him. I think something going on. So we was like, calm down. We're going to handle it. So the front desk was like, yeah, I think, we've had a couple of older people, when they leave off like this and get lost, they probably experiencing early signs of Alzheimer's. So he called the police, the front desk. So now it's getting real, y'all. So the police come, and they talking to us that, normal stuff. How he look, how old you think he is, what's his name, stuff like that to try to identify him. They're like, okay, cool. Just like if y'all into my story times, when I worked at the Hilton, I had a shift where an older guy, well, the older lady, the wife, wandered off from the hotel, and the police found her inside of the mall just wandering because she got lost. She was experiencing Alzheimer's. So I was like, hopefully they could find Mr. Charles just walking on the sidewalk somewhere, girl. Let's just pray. So it's like an hour later, we can hear like the police officers, they have the dogs out, seriously. And we just getting scared. Snagger is crying, y'all. She was sad by her man. I'm like, they're gonna find Mr. Charles. He gonna be all right. You know, he's a tough old cookie. You know, toughen up, girl. He gonna be all right. So maybe like an hour and a half later, y'all, one of the police officers come in. He walked. He was like, how you say he look again? I was like, he got a lot of gray hair. He got socks up to his knee. He smelled like icy hot. The police was like, I ain't say that, y'all, but the police was like, can y'all come outside and look at my back seat? We run to the outside of the to the front of the hotel. Snagger was like, that's him, that's him. Y'all, she run, open the door, she hugged him or whatever. So the cop was like, is that the guy? I'm like, yeah, that's Mr. Charles. He was like, we found him in a barbershop. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, we got a call from one of the barbers that he was in there. You know, it seemed like he was a little woozy or confused or whatever. He was in a barbershop. Mr. Charles tried to get him a haircut, girl, and got lost or whatever. So the police released him to us, and Snagger is asking him, why did you leave? Why did you leave? Mr. Charles was just like, yeah, I wanted to go get me a haircut. How did you even get to this barbershop? He said he walked. He said he wanted to go get him a haircut, and when he was waiting for the barber to give him a haircut, he just got confused out of nowhere. He said his memory just faded. He said he didn't know where he was. He didn't know, he attempted to like walk out of the barber shop, but he didn't know where he was. He was just lost. And I was looking at him. I'm like, Mr. Charles, I think you probably experiencing early stages of dementia or Alzheimer's. And you know, those kind of people, when somebody tell you about yourself, oh, you're a drunkard or you have an addiction, of course they're gonna deny it. He's like, I don't think I got that. I'm all right. You know, no, Mr. Charles, you can't come no more. It's not because you're not fun. It's because you got lost and you need some help. So, you know, we talking about it, trying to convince him, girl. We pack up, we leave, because it's time to wrap this up. We pack up, we hit the road back to Dade County. And I was trying to tell Snagger to really talk to his family, because he's experiencing Alzheimer's, y'all. And I think I'm gonna make another story time about Snagger and Mr. Charles, because it was some stuff that went on, and it was pretty funny. And yeah, because I hung out with them a lot. And yeah, Mr. Charles was experiencing Alzheimer's. I had told her to tell his family, like, you know, tell his older, like maybe his children, his brother. Also another thing, to buy him a pouch. In this pouch, write down his name, write down at least 5 contact numbers of people, like his children, his mom, I don't know, whoever, his brother. Write down his identity, and write down some numbers to where if he get lost again and lose his memory, people can know to just look in this pouch and call and get him help. But that's the end of the story time, y'all. We made it back home safely. We released Mr. Charles back to his family. And yeah, I think I have another story time about it. I'm going to tell about it. And y'all, that's the end of it. I appreciate y'all. If you watch my story from the beginning to the end, I love you. If you watch even just a little bit of it, I love you. Make sure you comment down below. Make sure you like my video and run me up, because that's going to help me grow. Definitely. And don't be a silent watcher if you love your girl. If you love me and my missing front teeth, you're going to subscribe to my channel, girl. Subscribe and hit y'all notification bell to keep up with me. And until next time, peace.